Welcome to part 22 of the Ratchet and Clank Let's Play. So now that we are finally done with Planet Core 2, we are now going back to Drek's fleet, you know, just to actually stop this guy. I mean, he's about to destroy our home planet, and Ratchet ain't gonna have any of that. I mean, if someone were to destroy my home, I'd take them down too. You know? And even if you did fail, well, it's at least a noble effort. And only now I decide to skip the ship exiting cutscene. Wonderful. So now, before we head into the actual level, we're going through this underwater segment one more time, and because unlike the last one where it was more like a straight path, in this case we are, well, for the most part we are going to be going through the same path, but there's actually a gold bolt. Well, that's hidden in here, and where the path that separates is where it's gonna be near, I'd say near the very end. So hey, it might at least get it. At least this gives me a second attempt at the skill point. Not to say I get it, but hey, you know, it's at least it's a second attempt. I'm always up for that. You know. Hopefully it's not the same fan, and that it does that though, then I'd be really, you know, well, not really pissed, but at least a little pissed. It's like, that fan always, I think it might be this one. Okay, I don't think it was the same fan. Okay, so, right around that area, that part always fucks me up. I don't understand why. Now here's something a little different. And when we swim through those rings, it's gonna open that door. But what you want to do is make a U-turn and you swim through this pipe, right? Then you swim up, and we just made it in with 3 seconds to spare. Wonderful. That part can be a little annoying, if only because, well, I mean, you have to make a U-turn. And one of the more annoying things when you're swimming through the water in this game is that when you're underwater, the screen just turns blue, which makes it a little hard to see. Especially when it comes to like brightness. Like if you're playing this game at night and you're going through this segment, when everything turns blue, you're just like, ah, God. I hate it when that happens. It's like you can't see where you're going. That'll burn your eyes. Ah. But that was pretty much it with the underwater segment. And that was pretty much it for the first gold bolt. Unfortunately, I didn't really get the skill point in this little area, but that's not going to matter too much because there's actually another skill point that we can get in this level. I didn't really show this off last part, so I might as well show this off now. You can pretty much enter this little transport ship right here, and well, it takes you right back to your ship. You don't have to go through the whole underwater segment all over again. So okay, now that we are done with the underwater segment, we can now proceed with the actual level. Well, this is the second level where we're going to be using the holo guys. And unlike Planet Core 2, this one's actually a little bit more challenging, and that there's actually a skill point here. What we need to do for the skill point is that, well, some actually believe that in order to get the skill point, you have to go through the whole area without getting caught. And by getting caught, I mean by the robots pressing the button and setting off the seemingly unavoidable lasers. However, I don't think that's true at all. What you really need to do is to simply take out all the enemies. However, I can see where they're coming from with the stealth, with the more stealthy part, because I think going through, because you still want to be, you know, careful with this part. Or like you don't want to get caught in the robots setting off the seemingly unavoidable lasers. While at the same time, you gotta do what you can to, well, take out every enemy. Meaning the giant robots returning from Planet Core 2 and these newer dog and these newer robot dogs, I think we've seen these guys before in Planet Metropolis, but now they also have these antennas, as although they can still spot you with the hologuise, so I don't really see no point other than, you know, just to make the... I guess what makes them different is that they don't chase after you immediately. He just, well, at least they're not, they're smart enough not to run into the laser and kill themselves, is what I'm trying to say. Unlike the other ones that aren't really that bright. Like, the other ones that we've seen in Planet Metropolis. Way back long ago. So, and this part actually right here, this skill point right here does take a little bit at a time. But, you know, I decided just to do it. And just see how skilled I am, no pun intended. And yeah. Now in this part right here where we have the robots coming in and out of the doors, as soon as they enter the room, get out of your hologuise, jump over the laser, and immediately switch back into your hologuise. Then you follow the robot into the doorway and take it out from the inside. Lather, rinse, repeat for the next two. Like I said, you really do have to think about this. So, again, just wait it out. Don't try to wing it, because if you do, then, well, it's not good. Then you're pretty much hosed. Yeah, I just gotta wait it out a bit. It's a good thing that these robots are completely unaware, or that one of the patrolling robots is missing. In fact, when you do get caught by Ratchet, and you go away for a bit and go back into your hologuise, they're not gonna suspect a thing. They're not gonna suspect it's you that's in this little miniature robot. Hologuise, whatever. So, it's like, hey, how about that douchebag? That intruding douchebag that tried, to kill us all. The game programming has definitely got a lot smarter. At least better, in terms of enemy AI. So, of course that can be for better or for worse. There's at least for good attention to detail. Like, say Metal Gear Solid 2, despite the fact that I haven't played it, at least I know that the enemy AI is increased. I digress. Again, you want to be quick here. Here we have these guard dogs. But we also have this laser. Here, but my best bet, take out the guard dogs first with your Glove of Doom. This way, you can, well, kill all the robots with a... Well, throw your drone glove over the laser, and then immediately switch back into your hologuise. This way they won't suspect a thing. At least they won't suspect that it's you that's throwing the weapon. And then once all the guard dogs are gone, including the 3 robots that are also taken out by the drone glove. Then you jump over the laser, go back into your hologuise just in case, and destroy that last one. And I just turned back just to make sure I got every bolt, but thankfully, since I got the bolt magnetizer upgrade from 2 parts ago, I think I pretty much got every bolt in the room. That's good. As we are technically almost done with this skill point too. This goes on for about, say, 3 ships. And since we just completed the 2nd ship, which was slightly more challenging, and the third one is definitely going to be a lot more challenging, but it's also going to be a lot shorter too. So, okay, so we head to the light cruiser, And right off the bat, we have these, well, guard dog. Look, so my best bet, use the Visibomb gun to take them out. Oh, didn't want to. At least I took out the back row. But now I gotta take out the front. At least the front row. They should be dead though. Alright. Then we go use our swing shot to zoom across the lasers and acid. I think the acid might be an instant kill. Also, do your best to avoid that. I think if you die at any point in this section, and you gotta do this whole thing all over again. This part's a little tricky. We have two robots coming in and out of the doors, one robot standing near the switch, and these guard dogs. So what you do here, as soon as the two robots leave, whip out your Devastator and take out the big one, and take out the one next to the switch. You gotta be really quick with that one. I know I've been saying that you have to be really quick with some of these, but this one in particular, you have to be really quick. Just to make sure they don't set off the laser, the unavoidable laser. Then you use your drone glove to take out the. Then you use your drone glove to take out the guard dogs. Like. Then immediately switch back into your holo guys. And yeah, there we go. There's two other doors. There's right here too. I'm guessing that the developers must have forgot to put the extra robots that's in this room. I think Insomniac may have put those extra two robots that's in this room in the HD version. Not too sure on that though. But anywho, folks, we just have to slowly walk through this hallway. No problem whatsoever. Just to make sure this robot doesn't see us. Doesn't set off the laser. Wave to lower the force field. And then, once he's unaware, take him out. And boom! Skill point. I managed to go through that whole whole level portion without setting off the alarm. Cool. That's actually really cool. There is one more segment that has... There is one more section like this on the next ship. But I guess the skill point just sort of stops there because I guess it would have been a little too difficult. That was very, very thoughtful of Insomniac, I must admit. Oh, another bolt icon. And at the bottom right hand corner. You know what I'm gonna be doing. Well, as soon as I take out these damn crates. And these accessories. Some accessories you can break with your wrench and get bolts, while others you can't, so that's kind of inconsistent. And that kind of bothers me. But, I can always get gold bolts. I keep saying gold bolts. You can always get bolts with the metal detector. Although, again, I am kind of glad that they did scrap this in the out of the later games. And replaced them with the gladiator arenas. Anywho, we have this magnet boot path to walk across. Unfortunately, we can't progress any further because we have these turrets that are going to be shooting across the pathway. And if we try to do that, well, we're not going to make it. So we have to do a little prerequisite in order to get past this section. And how convenient that there's a little fighter. Well, how convenient that there's a ship. That'll help us take out these turrets. This also means that this is pretty much the last ship segment, too. So, unlike the last one, which was a boss fight, where there's gonna be, where there was, a limited amount of ships, which were only giving me health instead of missiles. There's a bunch of ships this time around, and you can't collect them for health. And I died. There are a lot of ships this time around, and you can't collect health as well as missiles. Although this part right here, since this is the last ship segment, this part is definitely the hardest one out of the three. Because we have to avoid these, well, we have to avoid the ships that are shooting at us, as well as the turrets, who are also shooting. And it's very easy to get hit a lot in this part. Okay, but if you're pretty good with evasive maneuvers and all that, this part shouldn't be that much trouble to you. If you do get hit by anything though, well, if you do crash into anything, it is an instant kill. So watch out for that. And if you do die, that means you have to start this section all over again. Well, this ship section anyway. And you don't start over from the very beginning of the level. That would have been cruel. Well, that would have been a really... Yeah, that would have been really cruel. Gauntlet levels can be annoying if they're not done right. Hey, you might want to use your missiles. Those very, focus your regular bullets on the smaller ships, and focus your missiles on the, well, they're actually not so much turrets, but they're cannons. Yeah, focus your missiles on the cannons, and your bullets on the, well, smaller ships. Do what you can to collect health and ammo, and you should be fine. I mean, it's always good to, like, you know, at least go in a figure 8 motion. And booyah! That is the last ship segment in this game. And we're not going to be doing that again. And I guess for the sake of a reminder, this is probably going to be the last legitimate level where we're going to be using the holo guys. Heavily underused in this game, but I don't mind. Same thing with the ship segment. I don't really mind that too much. We're still not done with this level though. We have one more part to go through. Well, actually, we have one more gold bolt to collect. And it's after this Magna Boot section. And what's really inconsistent here though is that we can't fall off the sides here and let gravity take us down to the floor, I guess for the sake of a shortcut. Yet just right before that it was very easy to fall off into the void of space. Again. And how can you fall in space? It's a video game. This part right here, I have to admit, it's like an optical illusion. And it's very easy to get confused. Which way is... Well, it's very easy to get a little nauseous. That way is plot, so we're going the other way. Just take out these mechanical dogs right here, no problem with that whatsoever. Although it is kind of fucked up on how I'm saying it. And then we have one more section with these giant robots. That's with the switch. And this is the only time where I do get caught, but thankfully I don't get hit by the laser. So what you do is there's two robots that's at the just standing right in front of the switch, so it's very hard to, you know, get this preemptive. I don't think I meant, so I idiotically decided to whip up my drone device, and well, I guess it didn't really take out the bigger robots, but I still got hit. But I still managed to get away from the seemingly unavoidable laser. Well, yeah, it's not so much... I say seemingly for a reason, because it's really not all that unavoidable. You can go at least a certain distance away, and you won't be able to get hit by it. And so, that's good. So what I decide to do here is whip out my Devastator. Ah, god damn it. Yeah, I forgot that they can shoot their own lasers, by the way. Hey, at least the bigger robots, as they can shoot their own lasers, and I managed to get hit. And that is... So far that is... Well, we have one more area to go through, and it's It's just past this door. Oh crap. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. So I decided to whip out my Visibomb gun, and the door closes. Great. Didn't want to do that. So I have to get as close to the door as I can. Whip out the Visibomb. And he's dead. Just pray that you don't die in this part, because if you do, you're sent back a ways, and the enemies do respawn. So this section right here is a little annoying. We have these lasers that are crossing horizontally. Ooh! Christ! It would have really sucked if I died at that part. But thankfully I managed to time my long jump just fine. That and the long jump itself didn't really screw me over and get me killed. Well, and in case you're wondering about that door right there, if you destroy that generating orb, it lowers the force field. I think this is supposed to act like some sort of shortcut in case if you do die, so don't quote me on that though. So, at this point it's like, hey, just try to avoid the lasers. It's like, you fuck with the Wild West, now dance boy, dance. Any situation where I'm just avoiding at least enemy projectiles, and or in a case like that where there's lasers coming across all over the floor, it's like, dance boy, dance. Anywho folks, that's pretty much it for Jack's Fleet. Enjoy the cutscene. That's coming up right now.
Tonight on Blind TV, the event you have all been waiting for, the total annihilation of an entire planet! Witness the power, the destruction, and the nothingness that follows. So join Ultimate Supreme Executive Chairman Drek as he pushes the button that ends one world and begins another. Then stay tuned for the galaxy's funniest superhero bloopers featuring Captain Quark.
Now we know where he is. Let's get him.
Later, because we have Fun with Glitches by me, GameMan5804. Okay, so we cut to Blackwater City, planet Rilgar, and here's how this glitch works. Make sure you have the Hollow Guys equipped as well as your Taunter. Then what you do is that you go out to this lady who will let you enter the Blackwater City race, hoverboard race. And for some reason, the game glitches out, and and you can play as normal Ratchet on the Blackwater City racetrack. The camera doesn't really work. You can't really move the camera at all in this part. However, that's not really so much an issue. And considering how the taunter works, well, not only does it taunt enemies, but it also destroys boxes on its own. You're not going to get anything from the nitro boxes, but in terms of the regular wooden boxes, oh yeah, you're definitely going to get something out of those. You're definitely going to get bolts. Although I do recommend that you just hold down the circle button all the way through this racetrack, just to help you get the extra bolts. As instead of just simply getting them all from just standing in that one spot. With that being said, you might know where this is going. Anyway, at least for those that have played this game for a long time, at least fellow Ratchet enthusiasts will know this glitch that I'm gonna be doing. In terms of how the glitch how to glitch onto this Blackwater City racetrack, in terms of the method I just did, that only works in the PlayStation 2 version. If you're playing this on the HD version, it's not gonna work. I tried. It's definitely not gonna work. However, there is a certain other method, and it involves the decoy glove. And you use the decoy glove to wedge yourself in a corner. This way you can clip inside. This way you can clip yourself out of boundaries and glide onto the racetrack. I'm not showing it off, but whatever. So anyway, once you get to this point, when you're under the platform with the pile of crates, you hold down the circle button, and voila! Infinite bolts. How nice. This does take a long time though, so I hope you have a clamp and can take annoying sounds. Sometime later, I decided just to cut past the bullshit. So what felt like hours later, and look at that. Look at that. 60,000 bolts, just what I need. Again, since I'm not really using this to get, this may come off as cheating, but considering that I'm not using this to get the Rhino and only for the Tesla Claw and Nanotech upgrade, I don't feel too bad about it, at least. Now, the safest way to get out of this glitch is very simple. You just go back around the racetrack, at least near the starting line, and just gotta, and voila! The race continues as normal, where you can then quit the race like that, and voila, 60,000 bolts made. I made sure to save my game too, and so that's a good thing. So anyway, folks, that is pretty much it for part 22. And the next time we meet in Ratchet and Clank, we're going to be going through Planet Felden and hopefully taking down the final boss. That's Drek. I'm GameMan5804. See you all then.